Okay, we in 2nd Ezra 13 and 37. It said, and this my son, who is the Mashiach Yahushua, the son of the Most High, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, all their nuclear power that they have, everything that they have, that they invented, these nations, preparing to fight on Mashiach Yahushua, which for their wicked life, so they wicked because they ain't following the righteousness of the Most High. They ain't keeping the laws of the Most High. They ain't teaching people to keep the laws of the Most High. They saying we ain't under the law. Are falling into the tempest, falling into the fire. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts. He's going to tell them their evil thoughts that they have thought. And the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. That's why I'm trying to warn people. People going to be tormented. And he's going to tell them, this is what I'm getting ready to torment you with. Before he torment them. You say he's going to lay before them the evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. He's going to tell them how I'm going to get ready to torment you like this. Your evil thoughts they're written in the books. And I'm getting ready to torment you just like this. Wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. That's fire, y'all. And he shall destroy them without labor. How? By the law which is like unto fire. Right? Look. Revelation 19 and 15. Like I say, it all go together. And out of his mouth, right? Go up a sharp sword. What are you going to do with the sharp sword? Just what you just read and heard. Hopefully you read it. I know you heard it if you're listening. And out of his mouth go up a sharp sword, that with this sharp sword, he shall smite, that means kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's why he say he's going to rule them by the law, which is like unto fire. And the fire, look at Jeremiah 23 and 9, is the word of the Most High. He shall smite the nations, I mean kill the nations that's prepared to fight him. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, the law of the Most High. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power. Right? So now let's go up to verse 9 of 2nd Ezra 13. And lo, as he saw the violence, Mashiach seeing the violence of the multitude, that's the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, that's coming together of these nations to fight on Mashiach Yahushua. They're together in this, y'all. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Right? Remember what he just said in Revelation 19 and 15. That's why I say, this is the Old Testament. You know, when you get to the New Testament, they only had the law and the prophets. Here we are in the Old Testament saying the same thing. Listen, and out of his mouth, in Revelation 19:15, right? Go up a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, right? 2nd Ezra 13 and 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and Air Force of all these nations together to fight on Mashiach Yahushua, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth this sharp sword. What it's going to do? As it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. What was mixed together? The blast of fire, and the flaming breath, and the great tempest. That's fire, y'all. And fell with violence upon the multitude, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force of all these nations that's coming together to fight him, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon the sudden of a new multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, scared, Ezra. Man. So where you gonna be? Because he's saying, Revelation 19 and 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen and white, and clothed linen white and clean. And the armies of these nations going to prepare to fight on my Yahushua. And he's going to do them in, just like we just reading, y'all. So that's why it's very important for you to be on the right track and not on the wrong track, because it's telling you. In Revelation 18, the merchants of these things, of all the things that they're getting rich in, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off. They ain't want to be in this day coming to America, and for the fear of her torment, excuse me, weeping and wailing. They're gonna be crying and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. That at 1 hour, everything you see gonna come to naught. And every shipmaster, and all the company and ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city America? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in how long? 1 hour is she made desolate. There it is. So, you still got a choice to choose life or death. That life is salvation. That's coming on the earth. They're going to have a remnant of everyone that's going to make it to the kingdom. And you're going to have your position in the kingdom. You see? Look, it says, Revelation 19, 21. And the remnant let's read up. If I have. In the verse 20, and the beast was taken. Well, no, let's go to 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies. Hear that? And their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Tell you in Revelation 9:16, coming with 200 million angels. But you see here, it's the same thing we read in 2 Ezra 13. Right? They only had the law and the prophets. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies. The army, the navy, the marines, the air forces of all these nations, kings of the earth, they all together in this. Gathered together to make war against him that sat on a horse, Mashiach Yahushua. Tell you in verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, pure righteous power. And he that sat upon it was called Faithful and True, to Mashiach Yahushua. And in righteousness, according to the law, he does judge and make war. That's why I told you, he gonna tear their butts up without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. That's why it says, Revelation 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat up on the horse. Mashiach Yahushua. That's why Moshe told us in 2 Ezra 13 to identify who it is that sat on the horse is a Mashiach Yahushua. He said, "Damn, my son." That's a Mashiach Yahushua. Remember, the Most High gave his own, y'all know John 3:16, for the Most High gave his only begotten Son, whosoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, Hamashiach Yahushua, and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, all these different religions that y'all dealing with, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast through his sorcery. Told you that in Revelation 18:23. All this, what does it tell you? Well, by his sorceries were all nations deceived. Witchcraft. That's why a lot of y'all can't come out of this witchcraft, because you captivated, and that's part of your power. He's part of your power. You can't let him go. That's why you're going to die right here if you don't change. Come out of that. It's all about change. And you worship his image. His image is like his character. What do he have you to do? He got all these things for you to do to distract you from dealing with learning this truth and being in this book. Let these words be faultless between your eyes, that you will know this, that he can work with you. He ain't rolling the Holy Spirit if you ain't dealing with these precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. To understand this, come on. You gotta want this. You gotta desire this. You gotta work to get this. That's why I say study, show yourself approved unto the Most High. A workman. You gotta work at this. This ain't come to nobody that you hear teaching this truth overnight. Ain't no angel just coming down here. No kind of power. It's like put it in you and all of a sudden you got it. You gotta put the work in. Or you're gonna be part of what he's saying here. But it's in 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. You can say whatever. But if you are caught up in this world, you are at war with the Most High. If you love the things that he has projected into you to believe in, you are the enemy of the Most High. Like I always say, put what you do for the Most High and your ability to try and reach the kingdom and what you do in this world that he offered you in his image. All the things that he offered you. Social media, magazines, TV, bowing down to him, and not the Most High, and definitely not a Mashiach Yahushua, and definitely not the Most High, really. But y'all believe it's Jesus more you do the Most High. You talk about Jesus more you talk about the Most High. Some of you talk about your elders or your leaders or your ministers, pastor, whatever, more than the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Y'all don't teach the fear of the Most High enough. Most High said his neighbor is jealous. He said, I'm going to melt you. Listen to what he said. Okay, he said, "Gonna melt you," right? Listen to this. Y'all heard melting. You heard people being melted. Ain't gonna be no but dust and smell of smoke. We done heard that. Listen to what he say. And the beast was taken, but it's in 1920. And with him, the false prophet, all these different religions that's not keeping the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, all your religions that wrought miracles before him, that they're gonna be doing things that's people gonna be flipped out. With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive, not dead, but alive, into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the remnant, that's those that's left, were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse. He getting the remnant of them. Ain't nobody escaping. Which sword proceedeth out of his mouth. As we didn't read. We've been reading. Which sword proceedeth out of his mouth. And all the fowls were filled with their flesh. You're going to kill the remnant. And all the birds that are birds of prey gonna be filled with their flesh. That's why this is all about this, y'all. It's all about. What you've heard, coming back to the Most High, and having tolerance is what you got to do in learning yourself to be able to be part of this great awakening and learning what it is you need to know so that you be part of this kingdom is prepared for us. The kingdom's already prepared for us. It's just a matter of where are we going to be at when he says Jacob's trouble. Where we going to be at during the time that he allow us, hopefully, fulfill this prophecy in Revelation 20 and 15. And whosoever, no matter who it is, y'all like to say whosoever, right, was not found written in the book of life, when those books are open and the judgment come, was cast into the lake of fire. So this is all about we as the Israelites doing enough that our names will be written in the book of life so that we don't be cast into the lake of fire. What myself trying to talk about, where the worms never die and the fire's never quenched. Because you got a spiritual body for you where the worm's not going to die and the fire's not quenched. That's the last thing Isaiah told us, man. Look. Go to the last verses of Isaiah. All praise to the Most High. This word is true. Isaiah 66. And let's go to the kingdom, verse 22 to 24. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, he's going to make new heavens and new earth. That's why he said we heard the judgment. 1 hour we're going to destroy this place. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, the Most High said the Most High, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon in the kingdom, we're going to have a new moon, first day of the month, from one new moon, that's the first day of our month, to another first day of our month, and from one Sabbath to another, we got the Sabbath days, which are every 7 days. We had a Sabbath day, which are the Most High's feast days. Shall all flesh come to worship before me? Hear what he said the Most High. Everybody going to come to worship before the Most High on these new moons and the Sabbath days and the feast days. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses. That's the dead bodies of the men that have transgressed against me. Those that have sinned against the Most High, for their worms shall not die. I mean, it's going to continually eat them up. Neither shall their fire be quenched. The fire's never going to be quenched. You're going to see worms eating people up. You're going to see fire burning people up. Neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. That's the last thing Isaiah told us. You're going to be a hating to all of us. Most High will if we there to see this. Hopefully we ain't the ones that's burning in that fire. That's why it's very important. High time to wake up out of sleep and keep the Most High's commandments. Learn them, live and apply them in your life when that book is closed. So you be worthy. And with that, I hope that was edifying. And I'm going to continue on this, going to intolerance. And with that, I say, Krum Most High, Krum Mashiach Yahushai, Krum Yashur Allah, rise, Most High, rise. Anointed Savior, Mashiach Yahushai, rise, Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. And I'm out. Shalom.